All right, so picture this. It's one day, and all over the world, millions and millions of people from, all walks of life, all backgrounds, everybody decides to just celebrate. Just
Yeah.
pure, unadulterated joy, no strings attached, no like hidden agendas or anything. Sounds pretty far out, right? Like a total fantasy. Well, get this. April 3rd, 2025 is shaping up to be exactly that. World Party Day. And the story of how this whole thing started,
Mhm.
oh man, you are not going to believe it.
It's really something else, isn't it? I mean, in a world that's always, so serious and complicated, this day is like the perfect, I don't know, like the perfect break, you know what I mean? Just to celebrate. And it's interesting you brought all these different sources together today, We've had
Yeah.
stuff about how different countries are recognizing it and even the impact on our well-being. And what really strikes me is that running through all of it is this idea of human connection.
Yeah, for sure. It's like for one day,
Yeah.
we all just hit pause on all the craziness and focus on what brings us together. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get into the how, the why, and the what of this global phenomenon. We're going to uncover the honestly surprising origin story of World Party Day, what it really means, and some of the, let's just say, creative and sometimes wild ways people are celebrating, both in person and online. Our goal today is to give you the lowdown on World Party Day, and who knows, maybe even inspire you to join the party yourself. So this whole worldwide celebration, I got to know, where did this crazy idea even come from?
Well, get this. The roots of World Party Day are pretty unexpected. You ready for this? It actually all started with a science fiction novel.
No way, a novel, really?
Yeah, really. It's called Flight, a quantum fiction novel by Vanna Bonta, published back in 1995. Now, the book itself, it goes into all these complex ideas about, reality and stuff, but it's the ending that really grabbed people's attention. The story wraps up with this: global celebration, synchronized across the planet, happening on April 3rd in the year 2000.
So you're telling me this whole global party
Right.
started as an idea in a science fiction book. That's wild.
Right, and it gets even wilder. The idea of this, unified, joyful, global moment, it resonated with people so much that the first actual real-world event, which they call P-Day, happened way back in 1996.
Wow, so they couldn't even wait for the year 2000.
Nope, they were too excited to celebrate. What does it tell you about, our need to connect and celebrate as humans?
It says a lot. It's amazing how a single idea can be so powerful. But this is more than just a massive get-together, right? There's got to be something deeper to World Party Day, don't you think? More than just, popping champagne and having fun.
Oh, absolutely. The philosophy behind it is actually pretty thought-provoking. The idea is that partying isn't just about, having a good time. It's actually like the opposite of war.
Whoa. Okay, I'm listening.
Think about it. It's a conscious choice to focus on the good, to connect with each other, to celebrate life. Instead of, fighting and conflict, it's about, actively building bridges through joy.
Wow. That's a really different way to think about a party. So how does this actually play out around the world? What are people actually doing to celebrate World Party Day?
Well, the general vibe is pretty simple. Good food and good music. Basically, it's about celebrating just being alive. And that could be anything from, just taking a moment to appreciate things, to throwing a huge bash with friends and family, or even organizing something big in your community.
I like that it's so open-ended. No pressure to do it a certain way. But for those who are planning something bigger, what are some of the most common ways to celebrate?
Well, parties are obviously a big one. And there, the location is key. Our sources mentioned everything from restaurants, which is pretty standard, to more unique spots like theme parks or even museums.
A party in a museum. That'd be pretty cool. And what about, adding a global flair? How do you make a party a world party?
Oh, that's easy. One great way is to go with a worldwide theme, encourage people to share things from their cultures, maybe a community event where everyone's doing something unique, or even just amongst friends, inviting people from different backgrounds. I don't know. What about you? What's the first thing that pops into your mind when you think about celebrating with people from different cultures?
Honestly, food. Like a potluck where everyone brings a dish that represents their heritage.
Yeah.
There's something so, connecting about sharing food.
Right. And talking about fun themes, our sources had some really creative ones.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Things like costume parties, maybe with a twist, like an alphabetical theme where you dress up as something starting with the first letter of your name. Or trivia nights. Those are always a hit. And if you're looking for something more laid back, maybe a movie night featuring films from around the world, or a pizza making party.
Okay, pizza making party. I'm in. But in today's world, celebrating isn't just limited to, in-person stuff, right? I'm sure technology has changed how we celebrate World Party Day, too.
It totally has, especially with video calls. It's like the world has gotten a whole lot smaller. Now you can celebrate with friends and family anywhere on the planet.
Right. It's like having a virtual toast with someone across the globe.
Yeah,
But what about those folks who aren't really into the whole party scene? Any other ways to participate in a meaningful way?
for sure. If big gatherings aren't your thing, you can always go back to the source, right? And read Flight, a quantum fiction novel. Or just put on your favorite music, make some awesome food, and enjoy your own personal celebration at home.
I love that. Sometimes a quiet celebration is all you need. Now, something that really caught my eye in the research was this idea of partying with a purpose. What's that all about?
Oh, it's really cool. Some people use World Party Day as a chance to support causes they care about, like throwing parties to raise money for charities. Others focus on their local community, like block parties to strengthen those bonds. It's pretty amazing how a day meant for fun can also be a force for good.
It really shows you how powerful something as simple as a party can be. And it seems like, at its heart, World Party Day is all about bringing people together, right?
Definitely. It encourages connection, understanding, and appreciating all the amazing differences we have. Imagine gatherings where people are sharing food, music, stories from their cultures. It's a beautiful picture, right?
Yeah, it is. And it sounds like there's a place for everyone, no matter your personality.
Yeah, exactly. Whether you're, the life of the party or someone who prefers things a little quieter, there's a way to celebrate that feels right for you. And the fact that people have been celebrating World Party Day every year since 1996 shows how important this global movement of positivity is.
It's truly remarkable. And, we love a good trivia moment here on the deep dive. So what are some interesting facts about celebrating and partying throughout history?
Ooh, buckle up. There are some good ones. For starters, the Guinness World Record for the longest dance party is 55 hours. It was held in Wexford, Ireland, and it shows you how much energy we humans have for, collective joy.
55 hours. I don't even think I could stay awake that long, let alone dance. What else you got?
Okay, think about Woodstock. Now, they had tons of problems, like massive traffic jams that stopped like 1 million people from even getting there. But even with all that, over 500,000 people still showed up, many without tickets. It shows you how deep that human need is to gather, to experience something together, to celebrate.
It's like this primal urge to be part of something bigger than yourself.
Totally. And going way back, even the founding fathers, after they spent 5 months drafting the U.S. Constitution, you know what they did? They threw a massive party.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Stories say they had mountains of wine, whiskey, beer, cider, a potent punch, you name it. It just shows you how deeply rooted this tradition is, celebrating big moments with a good party.
Sounds like they knew how to party. Got any more historical nuggets for us?
Well, this one's more about language. Get this. The first time the word party was used to describe a social gathering, like what we're talking about, was in 1922. So even though people have been partying for, forever, the word itself is pretty new.
Interesting. You learn something new every day. So let's get down to the details. World Party Day 2025, that's April 3rd, right? What day of the week does that fall on?
That would be a Thursday.
Thursday, April 3rd. Got it. And are there any other holidays or events happening on that day? Asking for a friend who likes to, maximize their celebrations.
You know what? There are. Depending where you are, April 3rd is also Independent Artist Day, National Burrito Day, and National Chocolate Mousse Day. Talk about a chance to get creative with your celebrating.
Burritos and chocolate mousse at a global party for peace and connection. I'm already there. So as we wrap up this awesome deep dive into World Party Day, what's the one thing you really want people to take away from all this?
I'd say this. World Party Day is more than just a reason to have fun. It's a global invitation to choose joy, to celebrate what connects us all as humans, and to play a part in a fun and easy way in making the world a better place.
A more joyful, more connected world. I love it. And to think it all started with a science fiction novel. It makes you wonder, what other positive changes could we create if we just let our imaginations run wild and turn them into reality? What kind of quantum fiction for a better future could each of us dream up and actually make happen? That's something to think about long after our deep dive ends. Thanks for joining us.